Hello, guys, welcome back. So, a few months back, I watched the trailer of this movie, Killers of the Flower Moon, and I decided, like then and there, I decided, oh, this is going to be a nice movie. I thought, like, I would definitely watch it. So, I watched it yesterday, first day. I think it was released yesterday. It's a long movie. Like 3.5 hours. Wow. But it wasn't boring. I actually liked the movie. Before we get to the reaction part, let's watch this video and we'll talk about it.
I think we should say that those nominated for the best performance by an actor are
Marlon Brando in The Godfather,
Michael Caine in Sleuth,
Laurence Olivier in Sleuth,
Peter O'Toole in The Ruling Class,
Paul Winfield in Sounder. The winner is Marlon Brando in The Godfather.
Accepting the award for Marlon Brando and The Godfather, Miss Shasheen Littlefeather.
Hello.
Roger Moore is actually one of my favorite James Bonds.
My name is Sasheen Littlefeather. I'm Apache, and I'm president of the National Native American Affirmative Image Committee. I'm representing Marlon Brando this evening, and he has asked me to tell you in a very long speech, which I cannot share with you presently.
She actually looks really uncomfortable, and to be doing this on stage. I believe this was in the 70s or maybe I don't know what year this was. 1973. So it was like about 50 years ago.
Because of time, but I will be glad to share with the press afterwards that he very regretfully cannot accept this very generous award. And the reasons for this being are the treatment of American Indians today by the film industry. Excuse me.
I heard some boos, but I'm hearing claps as well, so I'm not even sure what's going on.
And on television in movie reruns, and also with recent happenings at Wounded Knee. I beg at this time that I have not intruded upon this evening, and that we will, in the future, our hearts and our understandings will meet with love and generosity. Thank you on behalf of Marlon Brando.
It actually takes balls to do something like this, especially if you're one of the most popular actors in the industry, most iconic.
Do over again. If you had the Academy Awards night to do over again, would you do any of that differently?
Well, I don't think so, no. I felt that that there was an opportunity for, since the American Indian hasn't been able to hear his voice heard, or have his voice heard, anywhere in the history of the United States, I felt that it was a marvelous opportunity for an Indian to be able to voice his opinion to 85 million people. I guess that was the number. And I felt that he had a right to, in view of what Hollywood has done to him. And I was embarrassed for Shasheen. She wasn't able to say what she intended to say. And I was distressed that people should have booed and whistled and stomped, even though perhaps it was directed at myself. They should have at least had the courtesy to listen to her. But I think she did very well, and I was very glad that she did have what opportunity she had to say what she did, and
Why didn't you get to read your entire statement as you?
Again, you you need a lot of courage to do something like this. So, and I came across this video where the Academy has apologized to Sachin Littlefeather, the lady that we saw who who appeared on behalf of Marlon Brando, the same person here. This was last year. So it took 50 years for the Academy to apologize to her. Look at this. Where is this? Okay, so this is the official statement, like the abuse you endured because of this statement was unwarranted and just emotional burden. The cost of your own career, probably she probably lost her career because of that or whatnot. And her response: we Indians are very patient people. It's only been 50 years. We need to keep. This is it's not even an exaggeration, because the movie that this girl, Molly in the movie, who plays DiCaprio's wife, right? Not a single word. She doesn't raise her voice even after this dude tries to kill her. Oops. Spoilers, I should have mentioned earlier. If anyone has not seen this movie, please don't watch this video. It's going to be spoilers, okay? Throughout the movie, I didn't see a single instance where she raises her voice against her husband, DiCaprio. Even at the end, when she finds out that he tried to poison her, she simply walks away. I'm not sure if that's a cultural thing, but it was so. It says a lot about someone and someone's culture when you do something like that, right? I kept thinking about it for a long time. I was expecting at different stages. She would react, she would yell at him, she would maybe slap him. That's what typically happens in movies. I don't know anything about the Native American culture, unfortunately. I'm Indian, but I'm not native Indian. I'm East Indian. The original Indians. But if you guys watch this video, let me know in the comments if that's like a cultural thing or what. Okay, let's move on to. I found another video where it says Clint Eastwood insults Sachin Littlefeather, but I'm not sure if he's insulting. Let's see what he says.
I don't know if I should present this award on behalf of all the cowboys shot in all the John Ford westerns over the years.
It's definitely not in good taste, that I agree, but it's not a direct insult to Sachin Littlefeather, although he should have been a bit more sensitive. That's what I would say. So let's come to the movie itself, right? So what happens is, this is based on a true story. So I will just go into like a Wikipedia Osage Indian murders article. It says in the late 19th century, some of the Native Americans became overnight wealthy because of oil that was discovered in their land. And some of the white people, they tried to you know, rob them of their land. I don't know. I wouldn't say rob them. What exactly? How exactly? What exactly? It's like they. This is what it's written. The oil boom attracted many white opportunists to Osage County. Some were entrepreneurial, while others were criminals seeking to separate the Osage from their wealth by murder if necessary. Right. So this is what happens in the movie. The movie is about a bunch of white people, greedy, like masterminded by this Robert De Niro character. They marry these wealthy Native American women, and then slowly kill them. And later, after a certain point, they kill them to acquire their wealth, property, or the oil, money, or whatever, right? So that's the idea. So the whole movie is about this Osage Indian murders. So it took almost like 50 years since that Marlon Brando's rejection of Oscar, I think, for some mainstream director to make a movie about Native Americans in good light. You know what I mean? Because Hollywood has always been like I always portrayed minorities in this kind of a bad light, isn't it? Now it's much better. I'm talking about like in the past, like the 70s, it was probably much worse. Slowly, I believe maybe it got better, but it's not until like recently, maybe 2 3 years, where uh, the liberal media has taken the liberal media has kind of taken over the Hollywood industry. Everything is slowly getting better. Now we are on to the other extreme. Now we get offended, like we become snowflakes and whatnot. But that's a different video. Yeah, so it's a good thing. Like they like because I'm actually sick and tired of Martin Scorsese's Italian gangster movies. How many movies are you gonna make about Italian gangsters? Just like 3 or 4 years back, I think he made another gangster movie called The Irishman. So he switched from the Italian gangsters to the Irish gangsters. That's the only difference. But that's his forte. I think he doesn't know much uh, apart from the gangster genre. Probably that's his genre. He's not sure if he has tried. Not sure if the Departed was his. Yeah, I think The Departed was Martin Scorsese, but it's not like an original movie. It's a remake, isn't it? It's a remake of a Hong Kong movie, Infernal Affairs. You don't like. It's not. I mean, I don't consider that. It won the Oscar and all that, but I don't think it's one of his best works, I would say. Yeah, so it's a welcome change. It's a beautifully done movie, very well made movie. Uh, I although when I watched the trailer originally, I was expecting it to be much more disturbing. Like I don't know why I was expecting that. I was expecting something like Quentin Tarantino style of violence for some reason, because the trailer gave me the kind of impression. Probably the music and whatnot. The music is kind of pretentious. It gives you this feeling of something really sinister and graphically violent things that's about to happen, but then it doesn't happen. It's not a very graphically violent movie, although there are some scenes where they show like pieces of human body and whatnot. Very few scenes, but overall that's not where the movie goes. The movie retains the whole idea, and it doesn't move away from this particular what do you call that element where this some of the people, some of the white people are trying to rob this family and trying to kill the ladies of this rich Native American family, right? So the story only revolves around that. It doesn't deviate from that, or it deviate in the sense it doesn't give any more importance to the violence aspect of it, or to no silly creative screenplays that is not needed. Music blends with the story, although I found it a bit pretentious. So the story is only about, like, the plot is, I mean, the focus is only about this. Nothing overshadows this idea, right? That's what I believe that the director also intended it to be like. Now, Leonardo DiCaprio. Let's come to the characters, right? What I felt about the characters. Leonardo DiCaprio looks ugly in the movie. I don't know why, because the Hollywood has this stereotype that not just Hollywood, like most of us, most movies, it's a human the stereotype that we are all guilty of, that we think beautiful people can't be bad people for some reason, right? Bad people are not bad people are ugly, something like that. He could have acted just as himself, but for some reason I don't know whose decision was it to make him look ugly, and all the time he keeps his mouth like this. I can't even. I don't know. It's just some weird. And his teeth are like dirty. So Robert De Niro is already ugly, so they didn't do anything about his appearance. But I think we should stop, stereotyping ugly people are bad people. Move away from that and then cast some really beautiful, handsome people as some of the worst characters in the movie from now on, maybe in the future. Martin Scorsese, if you're watching. Robert De Niro, I mean, what's new? There's nothing new. The typical bad guy. This is how he looks all the whole movie. I mean, I've not seen him or Al Pacino in a versatile role. Keep on playing gangsters and bad guys for 50 years. I think they should try and do something different, for God's sake. So Gladstone, the Native American lady who plays DiCaprio's wife, Lily Gladstone, such an interesting find. Like, I mean, she looks really apt, and her acting is so subtle and so beautiful. Just her presence, so there's something about her face, right, that's so calming and soothing, and she's a great find, actually. I'm not sure if she has done any other movies, if she has acted in any other movies. Let me check. Just I can look at her face just for the whole day and not get bored of it. Look at this. What a face. Oh my god. So beautiful. So she has acted in a couple of movies, but this probably is her biggest break. Okay, no, she's been acting since 2012. She has acted in television as well. Oh, she was won a lot of awards. Los Angeles Film Critics Association Awards. Ooh. Okay. San Diego Film Critics Association. She is a brilliant actress, that is for sure. But this movie, I mean, is not the meatiest of the roles to say for her character. But I believe she is going to go places. It's a very interesting actress. Very interesting figure. I mean, we like generally when they cast actresses in Hollywood, they always have to be in a certain shape and certain looks, right? Like I think she is like the Kate Winslet of 2023, maybe. You know what I mean? Because when Titanic came, she broke all the stereotype, isn't it, Kate Winslet? So where is Osage County? I was just looking at Google Maps, and this is where it is. Interestingly, what a coincidence! Just a few days ago, I was watching videos about this Panhandle, Oklahoma Panhandle, on YouTube. I mean, these days I watch movies about not movies, YouTube videos about unexplored, places across the world. There are 2, 3 panhandles in the U.S. supposedly. I even learned the term panhandle only a few weeks back. So this place, the Panhandle, this is probably the biggest panhandle in the U.S., I guess. And there is another one here, the Florida Panhandle, and a couple of other states as well. Try watching videos about this. There are some interesting YouTube channels that make videos about these kind of unexplored or really not very that popular places in the US. It's interesting to watch. So this is this dude in the second one from the left is the mastermind who's portrayed by Robert De Niro in the movie. Robert De Niro wears similar specs. Look at all these murderers, huh? What else? I love the movie. Oh yeah, that's another important character that I forgot to talk about. Brendan Fraser is in the movie. That was a surprise. He just comes for maybe hardly 10 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes in the movie. I don't know why he's not even an important character. I don't know why he agreed to play this. He's such a huge, maybe not anymore, but maybe he's doing a comeback. I can't blame him. So there's this interesting actor. He's one of my favorite actors actually, Jesse Plemons. I'm not sure it's Plemons or the S is silent or Plemon or I don't know. So this dude, I first watched him in the Netflix series Fargo. I think he comes in season 3 or season 4. I don't remember. Fargo is not there on Netflix anymore, I guess. They removed it. So this guy acts as a Kristen Dunst's husband in one of the seasons, and he's I absolutely loved his portrayal of that character. And I've seen him in The Irishman as well. I guess he has become like one of Scorsese's favorite actors, so he started casting him in pretty much every movie. So in this movie, he comes as the FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation guy. I mean, he's a nice actor. He's one of my favorite actors. He has done his part really well as usual. What else? I believe, yeah, that's it. Yeah. After a long time, I watched not after a long time, like I watched a few months back Oppenheimer. I generally don't watch Hollywood movies anymore in theater. You know what I mean? They are doing the same thing again and again. There's nothing new coming up. But this one I've been wanting to watch and I really liked it. So yeah. And another thing I wanted to discuss is, so these I'm not sure if the Native Americans are matrilineal, because I look at I when I watched the movie, I was looking at it from an anthropological perspective. Like I generally do that, like that is my area of interest. So I was wondering, like, these guys, these white men, they marry these Native American women because they inherit the property or whatnot, right? And then eventually kill them. So I think this could be one of the reasons why matriarchy slowly disappeared in around the world, because there is this danger of men exploiting and exploiting women for their property and whatnot. So I'm saying, anthropologically speaking, this could have been one of the reasons why matriarchy, like, is not that successful across tribes or across civilizations. You see, most of the world is patriarchal now, isn't it? There's another interesting scene where where Lily Gladstone, one of the scenes, her and her sisters would be gossiping, having a chat about the white men in their own language, like what these men are like, marrying them only for money and whatnot. Like one of her sisters, I think, will point out that he's only eyeing you for money, and then she says, of course he's eyeing me for money, or who doesn't want money, but something about his blue eyes, something she says. So she falls for him, knowing very well that he's after her money, right? Now, what would you do in that case, right? So it's as if there's another scene where this character's mom gets pissed off at her for, like, she says she has this she says, like, all of you are marrying white men, you know what I mean? And while all this is happening, while her sisters are being killed, and she in the corner of her mind, she knows something's really wrong in that town. There's some forces acting against her, trying to kill her family. Knowing very well, she still marries him, right? So I'm just trying to say all of this probably, and also I think not being very aware, or not being very being a bit naive about how the developed world, or how the Western world kind of functions, how greed works, and how humans behave when there's money involved, is another reason probably why they were exploited like this. Yeah, yeah, that's an interesting thing that I want to say. All right then. Thank you.
Ayahoya, wehana yohoya, hey yo, hayo, hayo, hoya, hana yohoya, hey, hayo.